Fellas, the new 2K covers are out, and they're dookie. They are terrible. Okay, honestly, I normally don't like being negative, but sorry, my bad, my hair's in the way. But I am truly impressed by the fact that 2K has gone back-to-back years having terrible covers. I can't believe it. I thought 2K25 was bad, and I was correct. Alright, now yes, the 2K25 cover was bad, but we're not really here to talk about that. Okay, we're here to talk about 2K26, the brand new game. Anyway, it's still bad. Okay, look, so you'll see the cover over here, right? I'll put it somewhere over there. And there's a fair few problems with it. My big problem is just that it's boring. It sucks. Okay, so over there you can see, aside from him, he's just running. But they've made it a little bit blurry. And that's their big way of trying to attract customers, I guess, because look at how much the blue pops. Like, okay, it looks better than 2K25, it's an improvement, but it's still terrible. You know, it's like comparing dehydrated pee to hydrated pee. It's still pee, it's still disgusting.
Yo, what is he on about? I don't know, man.
Usually. And it's not great. Of course, that's just the standard edition of the game. We also have the WNBA edition, which I'll be putting right there. Which, actually, I think we might want to wait a little bit later for that one because I have a lot more to say about it. Alright, so we'll come back to that. But of course, there's not just that one, there's also the Carmelo Anthony edition one. I'm not too sure what it's really called, I'm just going to call it that for right now. And I mean, it's alright. It's kind of more of the same, you know, the first one, it's just a guy screaming, you know, fundamentally. Alright, so it's kind of boring, there's not much to say about that one. However, I will say that the Leave No Doubt edition does kind of look cool. And you can see it right there. It seems like the only one that they really put real effort into. And I think it paid off. I think it looks nice. I'm kind of a fan of it. But aside from that, all of those covers are terrible. Alright guys, I've had to change positions here because I have a confession to make. And it's really tragic. Okay, so 2K25 is my first 2K that I really actually started playing for a while. And I think I played 2K like a couple times before that, maybe like at a friend's house.
This platform, you
but
bomb.
2K25 is the only one that I really
I hope you hang yourself with your weird long fingers.
You guys, please stop booing me. I know
yes, King.
Okay, I know that might make my opinion seem invalid, but that's why we're not talking about games themselves. We're just talking about the covers today. Alright, so now with the skeletons out of my closet, I really wanted to kind of talk about the past of 2K covers at this point, because I want to be able to see what we can compare these new covers to the old ones, so that we can really see what they could have been like and how good they truly could have made them, because it's really sad seeing these comparisons, honestly. The first era of 2K covers is what I like to call the Allen Iverson era. Now in this time, from the original 2K to 2K4, Allen Iverson was the man that you would see on the cover of the games. Of course, after a while, you can kind of see this getting a bit bland. This brings me to the next era of 2K covers, which I call the white era. Of course, I know that doesn't sound very good. I'm talking about the white backgrounds on the covers, okay, in case you were wondering. Now this lasted from 2K5 to 2K10, starting with Ben Wallace being on the cover, which was a pretty big shift, because as we stated before, it was all Allen Iverson. Now please forgive my Tourette's as we move into the red era of 2K covers, which covers from 2K11 to 2K17. Now, as you can see there, it's just like a red background, right? But it has the stars, you know, all around. And that's what makes it interesting. Now, after 2K17, each of the different game boxes had their own different kind of design. Now, in 2018, they decided to kind of have the background be a little more abstract, but still looks kind of cool. I like that. In 2K19, there's a bunch of these words around everyone, I guess. That's how I describe it, you know. In 2K20, they brought back the red aesthetic from way before, but I do want to mention the Legend Edition for this game. It has a beautiful box cover. I love it. Honestly, I might just buy it just for the cover, you know, and even if I don't end up playing it. Now in 2K21 and 22, they have this kind of painting thing going on with like watercolors and stuff. Not even just watercolors, also like an oil painting thing too, I think. But I really like that as well. It looks awesome. It's clean. It's cool, right? In 2K23, I'm not too sure how to describe it, but it still looks nice. You know, I guess it's kind of like dreamy-ish. I don't know how to put it. In 2K24, they had this sort of crystal look going on, which was awesome. Which then sadly brings us to the present day, which is 2K25 and 2K26, where it's just a picture of the player playing, I guess, with like the background blurred. And it's tragic, really, to go from what we had before to what we have now. And it's just such a downgrade, and it's such lower quality. It's now finally, as all of you've been waiting for.
Wait, who is waiting for this?
Now start talking about the WNBA edition for 2K25. Oh my god, do I have a fair few things to say about this. First of all, it's just like the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander version, but with Angel Reese as the cover star for some reason. I'm really not too sure what made them make this decision. Well, actually, I know exactly why. She just so happens to be popular and not Caitlin Clark. And it's just sad to see, because she's so bad. Not like bad, like good looking, like bad at the game.
Not my queen.
At the WNBA level. Okay, let me read out some stats for you real quick for the season so that you can get an idea of what I'm trying to say here. So, she averages 13 points, 4 assists, 13 rebounds, which we all know a lot of those are from her own misses, and 4 turnovers. Yes, that's right. 4 of them, as in 1 less than 5. That's terrible. You know, not to mention her field goal percentage. I'm sorry, why is she 22% from 3 in the WNBA? I mean, sure, you know, she's a forward, okay, I guess. But she's still only 6'3". Okay, like, that's not really much of an excuse to not be able to shoot. Most NBA guards at 6'3" are able to shoot 40%, right? And then for her field goal percentage, it's 43%. I'm sorry, why are you scoring 43% of your baskets at layups? That's horrible. That's sad. Okay, it's really, really bad. Okay, and it's terrible to see that popularity kind of went over skill. Ladies and gentlemen, she's not even an all-star. She couldn't even do that.
Alright guys, so I do have a correction to make. Angel Reese is in the All-Star game, but she's not a starter, so it's still kind of crazy that she's on the cover.
So she should not be able to be on the cover of 2K26. Okay, what about Caitlin Clark or Sabrina Ionescu, right? Those are the first 2 players I can think of that are an All-Star this year. Also, the only 2 other WNBA players I can think of.
Must be a misogynist.
And so,
he must be sister.
You know, when you have players like those 2, you know, why not use them instead? Right? Or other good WNBA players that I don't really know of, because I'm just not educated like that. Okay, it just sucks that they chose Angel Reese instead. But, yeah, I don't really have too much other to say about this cover. I want to get away from it bad, and hurt myself, but I won't do that. Don't worry, that's a joke. Now, I'm sure you must be sitting in your chair, kicking your feet, thinking to yourself, come on, man. Why are you bullying this poor $37.55 billion company when I'm sure you can't even make better NBA covers yourself? Which isn't a bad train of thought, except for the fact that I can make better covers. See, this is why I made 7 covers that are better than them. And that's why I want to end this video by showing them off. So for my first few covers, I wanted to start off by doing pretty much exactly what 2K did, which is just take their cover athlete and slap it on a box, right? Just taking a picture from a game and putting 2K26 behind his face, and that's it. So of course that's what I did here, except for the fact that I captured moments that are a little bit more fitting for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Not that I disrespect on it, he definitely deserved to be the cover athlete. He had a crazy year this year, you know, but some pretty familiar pictures here, I'd say. And this is my actual attempt at trying to make a cool looking cover of SGA. Now, I think it looks alright. You know, I'm not very experienced in this kind of work, so feel free to judge in the comments if you want to, like, give me some advice. But I think it looks pretty good. I tried my best for it. Moving on to my attempt at making a WNBA game.
Ooh, my queen.
I really didn't think that Angel Reese deserved a cool looking cover, so I just made a couple of more accurate looking ones. You can see over here there's one of her missing a layup, and there's one of her at that infamous interview saying that the WNBA will be remembered because of her too. I wouldn't go that far, but it's fine. You can see them right there. They're beautiful. Much better than the current covers though, obviously. Now you guys can see that I had to get into costume for this one because I also made a cover of my beautiful king, my favorite French person, Victor Wembanyama. He's just so beautiful.
The
in the least gay way possible. I'm straight, I promise. Okay, but he's like one of the greatest basketball players in the NBA right now. And will be the greatest of all time. I already know it.
Holy mother
so
of all plays.
It's the greatest 2K cover ever. It definitely beats all of them, including 2K.
Oh, can you believe this guy? No, he's not real. What? You're schizophrenic.
But yeah, you can try to judge it in the comments. Not that you'll be right or anything, but you can try your best. Now, I would like to close out this video by saying that this is my first real attempt at a long form video. Okay, so please tell me in the comments how I can improve it, what I can do better. Improving my editing, improving how I talk, I guess. Along with giving me ideas for other videos to do because I have no imagination aside from making skits. So hopefully I'll see you in the next skit when I have 1 million subscribers. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit.